So you're in a contract and you don't know whether you should break your contract to join Solavei. You may have 4 or 5 phones. You may only have 1 phone and you just bought a new Droid phone about a month ago and it's going to cost you $300 to break your contract and join Solavei. Or you've got 5 phones, 2 of them are in contract and you're worried about changing your program. You may want to port your numbers, but you're worried whether or not Solavei can port numbers. Well, the answer is there's a couple of ways to work around that. Number one, they can port numbers. You can transfer your existing number over to the Solavei service. My name is Dean Etheridge, and I've been in the telecom and wireless industry for about 20 years. And years ago, we used to have a problem. One of the things that the wireless companies would do is to hold your number ransom, and you couldn't transfer to another carrier because they own your number. So once you had a number there, it was really, really difficult, as you know, for business cards, signage, everything else to transfer your number. Those days are gone. Today you don't have to worry about transferring your number. It's simple to, you can go online, put in your number, Solavei will transfer that number over to the new service. And let's address the contract thing. There's a couple of different ways around that, so let's go in behind the scenes and show you what some of your options are.
So let's talk about the 3 ways that Solavei can help you kind of eliminate the hassle of early termination fees that most every carrier charges for contracts. And let's face it, all of us have them. That's just the nature of the telecom business. It's what I've done for a long time, and it's just part of our world. So the nice thing about Solavei is there are no contracts. There's no credit checks. And once you have a phone and service with Solavei, you really don't have to worry about that ever again. So number one, let's go to option 1. And this can happen in a couple of weeks if you're willing to tell some people about it. And let's address something right up front. So many people have families and they've got 3 or 4 phones, okay? And they're looking at, taking, it's like eating an elephant. Let's not try to switch all the phones at this time if it doesn't make financial sense. The main thing is that you have at least 1 phone with Solavei, so you have a position. You can tell other people that are open to the Solavei opportunity, or at least open to saving money on their cellular phone bill. Irregardless, if you've got 1 phone that that's not in contract, or over time these contracts go down. They start out at $300, and over time, sometimes $200 to $300, and over time they do start to go down. Let's address the best ways to join Solavei and not have the pain of a $300 early termination fee or changing equipment or that kind of thing. Option number 1 is to let your FAB pick up the tab. FAB stands for Fast Action Bonus with Solavei. And they will pay you up to $650 in your first 60 days. And this is how that works. You go out and you sponsor 3 people personally. Well, Solavei is going to pay you a Fast Action Bonus of $50 on your commission check. And if you go out and you sell 6 phones within 60 days, they're going to pay you $100 for a total of $150. And then if you go out and you sell 3 phones, they're going to up the ante and pay you $200 for the 3rd trio. And then once you sell 4 trios, they're going to pay you $300. So if you go out and sell 12 phones, Solavei is going to pay you $650 up front. And let me address something that's really interesting for, if you're anything like me, I have teenage children. I have 5 phones on my plan, and 3 of those make sense to transfer, 2 of those do not, so that's what we've done. The cool thing is I can put my social security number underneath my 15-year-old daughter's name. I can give her a phone, put the social security in my name, and let's say that I go out and I sponsor my first 12 people, no problem, which I did that. And the next person I will build is either my wife or my daughter, and my daughter's 15 now, and this is what's really neat about this. If my social security number is under her, 3 years from now, I can transfer that business to my daughter, and if I've gone out and I start working on my 2nd Fast Action Bonus with her, Solavei again will pay me $650 to sell those 12 phones. It's my daughter's phone, it's in my name, but later on, I'm going to get the commission, I'm going to get the pay on that. But later on, I think that's pretty neat that you can transfer that. So if you have several phones, if you're willing to tell a few people about Solavei, you are going to have success. I can guarantee that. If you don't tell anybody, you're going to get exactly what you put into it. But on this particular company, if you're willing to share the message, share the videos, and let people know the value of Solavei both as a service that can save people money, but also as an extra income opportunity. So let's go to option 2, consider your total savings, and we addressed that just a minute ago. So many times we have phones and they're expensive to replace, and we've got a $300 Droid phone and we're looking at transferring it to Solavei, but then I've got to buy new equipment and it's just a big pain. But I want to share with you how the cellular business works. If you go out to AT&T and you buy an iPhone today, they're going to charge you anywhere from $200 to $300 for that iPhone that costs them about $650. And what they do is they subsidize the cost of that. That phone is not $200. That's what we used to do. They're eating $400, but you're paying them $100 per month for the same exact service that Solavei offers for $50. So if you're looking at it and you're paying $100 a month, and then you switch to Solavei, let's say that your early termination is $200, you've got the ability at the end of the year to save $412, plus you have a position in the Solavei business where you can completely eliminate your phone bill, but you also have the ability to earn substantial income if you're willing to share it with enough people. So the money savings is worth looking at just alone as a customer to join Solavei. And you've seen the prepaid market grow in the past few years, and this is why. The phones are more expensive. You're going to go to eBay for a nice Droid phone and pay $300, $350 for one of the nicer phones, but look at what you're saving over the course of a year, even with early terminations. Do the math on your own phone and try to determine whether that makes sense or not. And option number 3 is I've talked about this already, don't cancel your current service, or if you have multiple phones, purchase one, or you could just become a social member for $129. But what's interesting about Solavei, it's only $49 to be a distributor for Solavei. If you do have early terminations, you're worried about paying those up front and you're too busy to market it to get the fast action bonus, you can write it out. But if you have multiple phones, look at moving at least one of those to Solavei, just so you have a position, just so you can take advantage of the business opportunity. And I think you'll be really pleased if you'll make a list of a few people, share it with them, and I think you're really going to like the outcome.
So as you can see, there's a couple of different ways to get around contracts, new equipment, phone number transfers. It's not a big deal to join Solavei. Where there's a will, there's a way. Solavei doesn't charge distributor fees like typical direct selling or MLM companies do. It's mainly going to be customer driven. So all we're asking is you become a customer of Solavei. For $49 a year, you can be a social member and start referring that service to others. And over time, you can make some commission. You can eliminate your phone bill, and even make $1,000 or more a month, several $100s a month. I don't know how that would change your life, but I know it would help a lot of people. So get back to the person that told you about Solavei, find out all the information, or visit us online at thetrioamigos.com for more details, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.